She's from KCP.
Well, my name is Destiny Jimenez, and like Pastor said, I graduated from high school yesterday. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported me along this journey and encouraged me and loved me and prayed for me, because it was a struggle. But I guess I can start from when I was really little. I'm probably going to end up crying, but it's good. So around the age of 8, 10, something like that, I had my very first spiritual battle, and it was the hardest thing ever because I was so little, and I had grown up here in the church, and so I knew.
I was just saying, speak up a little.
Oh, and so I knew the word and everything, and so I think that because I knew the word so much at such a young age, the devil came at me really hard. And so at that young age, I became, I guess, paralyzed by fear. He did everything that he could to keep me from using my voice, by putting those thoughts in my head, thoughts of depression and fear of speaking out or drawing attention to myself, or even trying to end my own life at one point. And I was so young and it was so scary, but with the help of my mom, thankfully she knew the word too, and so she led me and helped me, and that's how we fought it. Really, we just kept speaking the word, and I think that that's really what got me to this point. And having the resources that I do, I came to Pastor, and I remember talking to him and Sister Collins about it, and I know that because of that, everybody here at the church kept praying for me. And so when I when I was in 6th grade, I went to my school, and if you don't know, it's an all-girls school, Marengo, and so it's a magnet school, and it was probably the hardest chapter of my entire life. From a very, very young age, I was put under so much pressure academically and socially being at that school, but I kept fighting because I knew that my education was the most important thing to me after my relationship with God, but I knew that where I saw myself in the future and where I wanted to end up. And so I would stay up all night if I had to make sure that I got all of my work done and make sure I got good grades, which paid off because I graduated with high honors. And being able to see the support of my family, which I didn't have to embrace my entire family because I didn't have my entire family around my whole life. For the longest time, it was just me and my mom, my grandma, and that's probably it. Well, I had my dad too, but he raised me. He didn't have to, but he did. And so I had 2 big families that I was so grateful for, but a part of me was still missing because I didn't have my biological father in my life for a really, really long time. And so at Rangel, I was able to grow into the person that I am today. Middle school was probably the worst part because it was so hard transitioning from my other school to the school. But once I got to high school, it was completely different. I learned to use my voice, and I learned to speak up for what I believed in and what I was passionate about, and that is why I am so much more confident and so much more happy now, I guess. And I don't know, when I think it was my junior year, I decided to reach out to my father, and I felt like it was time. I think God, we talked about it yesterday, and I know that God was protecting me from a lot of other things that were going on his side of the family for a really long time. But junior year, I reconnected with him, and when I came home that first night after we talked, and I told my mom, my heart was just so full because I thought I was missing out on so much with his side of the family, and now I see them regularly, every single week. And I have another brother and another sister to
God of restoration.
To love and support me along the way, and being able to see all of them there yesterday at my graduation was the best feeling ever. So I had my mom's family, my dad's family, and then my biological dad's family, and we were probably the biggest group there, but it was it made everything seem so worth it, because I know that the devil tried to keep my mouth shut for so long, and I was so scared to become who God was calling me to be. And during high school, I was challenged in more ways than one, not just academically or socially, but spiritually. And it was so hard to keep up that relationship with God all my life. But I'm so glad that I did, because He ended up providing for me more than I could have ever asked for. And so, if you guys don't know already, I was accepted into Vanderbilt University, which is my dream school. And so I remember during the application process, it was so scary because that one was like just so intimidating, because it's such a prestigious and high-ranked school, and like I didn't know if I was really gonna be able to do it, if I was gonna get in or what. So just getting accepted was something like really awesome. And then when I got the notification that I was a Cornelius Vanderbilt Scholar, which meant it covered full tuition.
Yes.
And that was,
glory.
I just like started crying when I found out, because like I didn't even think that it was going to be possible for me to get in. But because the Lord knew what He was calling me to do, and the future, and all of the big things that He has in store for me, it's like it's time for all of that to start, you know? And it's like when I graduated yesterday, it really hit me that, oh my God, this is the end of this chapter, and everything else that God has in store for me is just going to keep coming.
Amen.
And so I ended up getting a full ride. Everything was covered for, so I'll be moving to Nashville, Tennessee in like 2 months. And I'm so excited because I know that that's where I'm supposed to be. And I can't say I know what else is going to come my way, but I know that God's brought me through so much and restored me completely. And at this point, I really do feel so whole and so full. My heart is just filled with so much love and so much joy now, because I know that none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for that struggle. And I didn't prepare anything to come up here today. I didn't think I'd be crying the whole time, but I just knew that this is my story, and I've told it before. And I knew that the Holy Spirit would speak to me. But I'm just really grateful, because I know that when I go on to study, it's going to be scary sometimes being alone out there and not having my family or my friends with me, but I know that I still have God, and He's brought me through everything, and He's going to continue to do so. And so I'll be studying elementary education, because I've seen the impact my education has had on me, and I want to be able to share that with others. And so I'm still figuring out my other major, but I'm sure that the Lord will lead me where I'm supposed to go. But yeah, so I just wanted to thank all of you, because I know that you guys were a huge part in all of this. So thank you.
Amen.